Greetings. My name is Lynette Rabsatt, and I am a poet from the Virgin Islands. I would like to say a special thank you to the Fertile Brains, the team behind the Fertile Brains Poetry Organization and Reading, for giving me this feature today. I'm going to share some poetry with you, and I hope that you enjoy my work. The first piece that I'd like to share is one of my earlier pieces I started writing in 1996. And this piece is called Rights. It's also published in Virgin Islands Callaloo, Poems from the Caribbean. I always hungry, but nobody want to feed me. I don't know why. They just ignore me. The doctor say I dirty. The teacher don't want to teach me. They say I stupid. I try hard, but nobody at all want to bother with me. I can't get no job. This makes my life hard. It's real hard all the time. But it's a surprise they letting me vote. You know, I'm thinking it's the law of the mother country that is, that let me vote. They call it suffrage. I have suffrage, but the elected ones don't realize that I suffering. The next piece that I'm going to share, I wrote this one in 2002, and it was recently published by Micromance magazine. It's called Roses in Bloom. It's one of my few love pieces. The beating quietly sounds off in my chest, with yearning for you that can no longer rest. A torching desire for a piece of your love. Only you can give me that special love. Soak me in your warmth and affection. Hold me close and make a locked connection. Be mine and take all of me. Open me with your love's key. Now is the time to make a release. My all I surrender, piece by piece. I'm craving for you, show me your all. Take a taste of me to make my body call. Thirsty for your fingers' teasing touch. With you, every moment is just enough. Your movement like love in infinity. Such passions that bind us perfectly. Your heart's beating makes me bloom as we engage intimately under the moon. The next piece that I want to share is a piece called Rebirth. This piece was actually published in the Rebirth anthology. Sweet aromas surround my environment, lightening my spirit, shielding my last encounter with death. As it touched my inner being, a new soul came forth, introduced to this purgatory, a sarcasm-based paradise. Somehow realization must come about to hunt the spirit, trouble and beset it, while purging its naivety, making it mentally prepared and solid in hard times, urgently growing through childhood, unbiased while resembling a politician, seeing the harsh nature of life, redeemed only by the solitude of pain. One paper cut penetrated its eyeballs, removing the false sight that only personifies perfection. I want to share a special piece. It's very special to me because I love music. Everybody who knows me, I'm always singing, always playing music. It's a very short piece. It's called Music Is. Music is poetry in motion, words with emotion, thoughts to a beat, movement in sound, instruments on fire, swinging inspiration, love in audio, sex in stereo, shouting with a rhythm, speech synchronized. Music is in all of us. So as I take you more and more through my journey, a lot of my pieces are quite short, some are a bit longer. This piece is called Escape. And these are pieces that I just wrote, having fun playing with words. Escape. digitally in love, typed into a fury, scanned for feelings, attached with caution, sorted by my lovers, deleted all the envy, saved by strong passion, posted with devotion, printed my emotion, downloaded my upliftment, copied my commitment, and pasted our arrangement. The next piece that I'd like to share is called The Nurturer. This piece was actually published in both the Pulse Poetry magazine, shout out to Ashanti Taylor and the rest of the team, and also in Doublespeak magazine. The Nurturer. Seeing him is a richness of fulfillment. I cannot understand the depths of this love. Completion is only secondary to the achievement of being nurtured, inspired, and commended by one who distinctly resides in loving peace with himself, his surroundings, and his being. Acceptance of his philosophy is a mere decision, delighted and uplifted by the assets of his heart and loving spirit. Now, this piece is a very special one for me. I actually have it in my book, Be Inspired, Poems by Lynette Rabsatt. I'm a huge fan of Bob Marley. And when people ask me, who I think are some of the greatest poets, I always mention Bob Marley because his words are always so uplifting and there's such a call to action. As I catch a fire and stir it up, jamming in my mind is how to satisfy my soul. There is so much trouble in this world, but yet I feel like an iron lion in Zion. I know I'm never waiting in vain because this exodus is more than a natural mystic. I ask myself, could you be loved? But I know that while you feel I am on a Rastaman vibration, I'm just going to chant down Babylon and then I'll get up, stand up because the system that was designed to screw us will never beat us because this one love, positive vibration is all we need to free up, live up, and sing the redemption song. That's my piece dedicated to Bob Marley. The next piece that I'm going to share is called Block. This piece is also in Virgin Islands, Callaloo, Poems from the Caribbean. That's an anthology that was published back in 2006, 2008. Block. So far, you have been an inspiration, guiding me through my spots of blocks, emotional, spiritual, and mental blocks. You have helped me break the barriers, allow the light to encircle me, and for the darkness, you block. The negativity, the ignorance, we block. Because there's too much to share, too many people to help, to inspire, love, and encourage. We have to help them remove the blocks in their life so that they can show their leadership and strength regardless of the blocks. Keep the darkness out, stay on a positive track, and all negativity block. Like I said before, I enjoy playing with words and I have fun writing. So this poem is called Weird Poem. I'm not always the best at finding titles, but I guess you guys could always say in the comments how you feel about my weird poem. I try to be real, not fake. And sometimes I try to bake cookies, not cake. But I can take a walk by the lake. But for goodness sake, don't step on a rake and don't run by the snake because you'll turn into a flake and start to shake like a drum that quakes. You don't dare call me Jake and don't try to wake my spirit's insanity because vanity is not in my vocabulary. And bigotry was deleted from my dictionary. So as I play with these words, I hope I struck a nerve or made you smile, even for just a while. Because this style is mine and it's surely not fake or flake. It's just me in my abstract poetry. That piece was written in August 2012. So going back to a piece that's also in Virgin Islands, Callaloo, Poems from the Caribbean, this piece is called Arrest. I've never done well on my own. My future seems like it's almost gone. As much as I try to succeed, depression kicks me at the heels. Surely, I've seen greatness and I have exercised excess patience, but the troubles of life seem to multiply my strife. I feel I can't survive. I feel the stress of being alive. There's no sign of deliverance, toiling hard for a mere pittance, believing there'll be a promotion, but the only promoting is a notion. Some say I should feel blessed, but my life's been an empty nest. I do appreciate my surroundings and I have received free higher learning, but my definition is clouded and my eyes have been shrouded. I never learned about responsibility or the hardships of raising a family. I let people dictate my life and use my talents as their device, and now I'm depressed and stressed. I face my time under life arrest. So to change up the vibe a little bit, here's another love piece called Cohesion. It's actually a piece that I enjoyed writing and had some fun with it, and I hope that you like it as well. Seize me, size me, and entice me as I walk into your fantasies, hoping that you extend terms that coincide with me loving you. Show me, know me, and grow with me as I sing my songs in harmony, melodies for decisions that bring us closer. Take me, make me, never forsake me. I will give and support your decisions and hold your heart in my bosom. Heal me, seal me, stay real with me. I live in my reality, and acceptance of your philosophy makes my heart beat even stronger. Now, this particular piece is called Journal, and it's about my love for writing. And like I said, I love playing with words. I can write a poem every day. I guess that means I have a lot to say. I think I can effect some change. I think my poems will help you understand. I think my pieces from an amateur hand will make you think, help you understand that sometimes life is a real demand. My simple words from a thought which occurred while making juice or eating fruits, reading fiction or inhaling truths might inspire you to write your own or make you think about what is shown. My poems may not all come from experience, but seeing through someone else's events. Poems of love and community life, poems of politics and peace alike. I hope I encourage you to write. Your pen is your messenger. Use it well. You may not know the joy you'll tell, the hearts you may inspire. Love of poetry, styles of fire. I always like to write about, the community happenings, the different things that affect us. It may not affect me directly, but it may affect others. So this piece is called Domestic Violence is Real, because it is. Domestic violence is real. Do you know how it feels? This is an appeal for us to stop the hate, stop the rape, keep our hands to our side, keep our conscience as our guide. Let's cut the financial chokeholds. Let's cut the real strangleholds. It's time to stop our daughters from being sold. It's time to stop putting our children out in the cold because domestic violence is real. Did you hear the me, the she, the he, the we? Did you understand how we feel? It's time to stop the violence. It's time to stop the nonsense and use common sense because this feels too real and the time is now. It's time to heal because domestic violence is real. That's a piece I wrote probably back in the 2000s, a very, very old piece, but it's one that, I always remain passionate about. This next piece was inspired by a very good friend of mine, Nelly V of Night Vision Inc. He's also the man behind the Cultures of Art, Prose, and Stories page on Facebook. This piece is called Love Above the Label. And he came up with that hashtag specifically to talk about, let's ensure that we love above the label. Love above the label is more than what you see in shows on cable. It's more than what you've read in the fables. Love itself is just unstable. And I am incapable of using labels to define anyone. There are times when we are all unstable, when we feel like jumping off the table. And that's okay, because love should be the connection, that tight knit cable that serves to disable judgmental actions, criticisms, and sanctions. We are all different, yet we are the same, all insane, but some are just more contained. So don't call anyone by a defined label, else you'll be liable for libel. Don't let anyone classify you because of your stance or style, because in time you will be defiled. Stand in your strength and love above the label. And again, shout out to Nelly V for coming up with that awesome line, love above the label. People who know me know that there are a few things that I love to post on Facebook and on my social media. And I love clouds. I'm always amazed with the beauty of the clouds. So this poem is called Cloud Love. Above my fears, above my dreams, stands strength, hope, and love. And this is only so because your love rings strong and sets me straight. I am no longer narrow. I love wide, wide enough to fill the ocean and capture the skies. Since you came around, it's a new dawning. It's a new morning, a new beginning, a strong feeling. It's a perfect rhythm, style, and fashion of beauty, poise, and refined peace. It's love in the highest sense, highest form, highest order, sent from above. Cloud love. This piece is called I Have. It was published in the Paradox magazine. It's one that I love to share when I visit the schools because it's a very simple poem with a very simple message. I have. I've seen the mighty fallen and I've seen the fallen rise. I have traveled to the hilltops as I asked God to open my eyes. I've roared like a mountain lion. I've risen to the mighty call. I've lived in naked nature. I've sat in trees majestically tall. I've prayed with the downtrodden. I've given them a helping hand. I've seen the struggles of 10,000. I walked with them on the black sand. I want to be among the mighty. I love nature's open call. I wish for peace among the nations and for us to all stand strong and tall. As I said when I introduced myself, I am from the Virgin Islands. So I couldn't take this opportunity without sharing a piece about BVI culture. So my love for BVI culture. This poem actually placed in a local competition here in the Virgin Islands. My love for BVI culture stems from the passion and nurturing of my ancestors who used their talents not only to make money, but to keep their children's lives balanced. They fished and taught us how to fish, not just to wish for someone to feed us. They instilled the importance of pride so we don't stand waiting for help with our hands open. They knew what we needed to get us ready for the future. So their love was tough, yet filled with nurture. They instilled in us a love for God and that helping your neighbor was the work of the Lord. They ensured that we learned a trade so that what they worked hard to save, we wouldn't destroy or let fade. They lived off the land they tilled, and from the sea they fished. They dressed in clothes they made, whether from scraps or flour bags, until we got clothes that were ready-made. I love BVI culture for our strength, passion, and creativity. These talents galore, which are showcased in our artistry, culinary, visually, and musically. I love that our forefathers instilled good manners in our ways. So even today, you know what you need to say when you enter a room or are approaching a doorway. Loving my BVI culture is part of me. It is what I embody and instill in my family. The next piece that I'm going to share is called Out of Breath. Panting while I stand still. It's like I'm haunted, or maybe I'm haunted. I can hardly catch my breath. It's not like I'm close to death, but the breath of my pressures knock my wind out. And even though the pain winds down, I whine constantly. I'm not a wine drinker, but I am an overthinker. Classified as a sunk cost, described as a soul that's lost, and as my heart overbeats and my breath cannot be controlled, my mind is swimming while my hair keeps spinning and breaking and shedding like a feather plucking bird in a destructive behavior. I am in constant upheaval, in a consistent erraticness, never without distraction, disagreement, and disgust. With no rescue diver, no designated driver, and no CPR giver, I pant as I stand still. I'm going to play with words again. So this piece is called Opposites. My patience and restlessness are the yin and yang that make me unique. I'm up and down, literally and figuratively, trying to understand the highs and the lows that make chaos thrive in my being. Sometimes I'm blinded, yet I'm seeing that I need to step back and still step up. Because if I give up, I may have to take down those who stand in a circle along with those in a straight line, because while I think I want to be unkind, the God in me says no, because he wants me to grow by deepening my roots so that I can bear fruit. I may be a walking contrast, but my heart is in the right place. So I'm going to keep my steps in pace in my highs and my lows, from my ups and my downs to my successes and my failures. This next piece is called Colors, and it's also, playing with words and playing with the beautiful hues of colors that we have available in the world. Today was like a splash of red and blue. I didn't know how to counter, but I saw me in you. At points, it was low with a hint of yellow. Despite the situation, I tried to keep mellow, but my heart was tints of purple and beige. I couldn't help anyone. I was in a perturbed phase. Could it be that my tears were black? Or did I focus too much on the talent I lacked? Maybe I'm the monster with eyes pickle green because I've gotten too focused on friends who remain unseen. Maybe my lips are a slight shade of maroon from kissing the feet of those who bay at the moon. But when I'm happy, my eyes turn brown because it's easier to smile than to wear an ugly frown. I am someone who absolutely loves nature. I enjoy nature. So a lot of my pieces speak to nature, and this one is called My Tree. It's one of my recently written pieces. During my life, I've climbed so many rungs to attain my goals, to satisfy my soul. Every rung is like the rings of a sea grape tree planted by the shores of the bay, from a seed that someone spit out with hopes it would grow. Because for every rung and every ring, I can see my growth as an inquisitive child to a focused adult who learned to parent while paying rent. I persevered to build a garden of food and of words, carrying on my foreparents' legacy. Because for every rung and every ring, I am grateful for everything that God has given me, the challenges and the small wins, because that grape seed is a testament to what I've come to be. This next piece is called Broken. Too light for a burden, too bright for the vision. So much light on the path of my inconceivable past. It's all revealed in my inconsistent parallels with the deceivably and diagonally designed pieces of my mind, an interloping intertwine of randomly revealed revelry. To be truthful, I possess no camaraderie because I'm drearily built for anti-socially sociable solitude. My attitude is not the most commendable force, and it is usually the unfortunate source of my reckless bearings, confused utterings, and irrefutable mutterings. Although I'm hurting because my stomach is bursting from trying to digest my feet, because we don't like to admit that we worship seats. Yes, be seated for the next session of broken impressions, incessant ravings, unsettled cravings. And yet I stand, light as a feather, brightness dimmed, my past in front of me. My next piece is called My Thoughts. Sometimes I have so many thoughts swimming in my head, and that's usually when I'm still in bed because poetry, yeah, it's a part of me. And no, it's not a part that you can see. Writing is never an issue, but sharing is because listeners don't always get the gist. You may read the poem like it's a list or like I'm broken and don't know what to wish. Not every poem is going to be positive. And that doesn't mean that I don't like the life I live. It just means the inspiration was different today. Or that one beginning line that I thought was sublime infused a pattern and I just kept creating rhymes. It may not make much sense to you, but that's how my thoughts go. It's my view. My words are not always meant to be daggers, but there are some days I just write in anger because I'm tired of the rhetoric. Matter of fact, I don't really give a hint sometimes because my skin is thick and words are my friends that I use wisely when I pen. So like this poem, it's about nothing, but something maybe brewing spewing from my heart and splashing from my mouth, because that's what poetry is all about. Be confused or be amused. This was all made up in my morning's mood. This next piece is kind of like a quiz piece. So I wouldn't give the answer, but I'm hoping that I guess people would put in the comments what they think the answer is. This poem is called Who Am I? I don't gallop and I've never been known to run. I surely don't have fingers, so I'll never hold a gun. I am loved by some, but hated by more, coveted by a few, because I have a captivating allure. I survey the landmass and I oversee the sea. While I don't have much natural predators, many fear when they see me. I may be lofty, maybe I am big. While some have differing opinions, I am cleaner than a pig. Not to be confused with a whale, I have a healthy appetite. No claws or pincers. I don't really take a bite. But when I put up a fight, know that I mostly win. I don't fare for hunger. I carry all that I bring. Some marvel at my ability, others adore my frame. I am a soarer and a swimmer. Better put respect on my name. Now, this next piece that I'm going to share is one of my favorites. I won't give the title, but I'm sure you guys would figure it out by the time I'm finished. He said, Billie Jean is not my lover. But Annie was upset. No matter how he asked, Annie, are you okay? She was not having it. He said, the kid is not my son. People always want to be starting something. But all she said was, remember the time. And he knew she was fed up. He tried to be a thriller, but she only believed what she saw in black and white. He kept pleading, I just can't stop loving you. I'll be there. It's just human nature. Those other people, they don't care about us. But this pretty young thing only wanted to scream. She said, look at the man in the mirror. You see a smooth criminal. The way you make me feel is dangerous. I want to rock with you, but you better leave me alone or there will be blood on the dance floor. You are bad because at night, you are not alone. I remember when love never felt so good. And when I would say, don't stop till you get enough. But now I need someone to heal the world that I live in. My next piece was published in the Crafts Anthology. So shout out to Mike from the Caps team. It's called Sight. I faded like primary colors fade when they are mixed with white. Like when the moon disappears when the sun shines bright. Not unlike my heart when my mood is not right. I've got stains on my hand because food security is the fight. Complex and crazy to sore eyes, I'm the sight. The key is a puzzle to take you into the light. It has all the right colors to get you ready for the flight. You looking for your ticket? It's turquoise, yellow, and green with pink highlights, neatly packaged and all enveloped in white. So I'll share a few more pieces. This next piece is called Fading Away, and it was published in Poetry X Hunger. Shout out to Hiram Leroux for selecting my piece, Fading Away. Hunger so strong that even imagination does not ease off the pain because the mind is weaker than the limbs, and not even the hymns can be remembered as the hunger gives the feeling that the belly is being ripped asunder, and as the growling sounds off like thunder until the ears can hear no more, because the senses no longer respond. Yet there is no food in sight, and there is no might left, and with no rights to even one proper daily meal, there is nowhere for this body to heal. So I fade away. My next piece is called Cold Trills. My frigid tears fall, I shiver, not from love's absenteeism. It's the lowering temperatures, reminding me of nature's chameleonism. The colder it gets, the more I miss my love. Just the same as robins flying into the garden, basking in the glow of the snow on a cold Monday morning. The last piece that I want to share is called The Telltale Shot. Shout out to Ali Poetry and Ali's Ink Pen for sharing that inspiration. The Telltale Shot. Who told William Tell that he should take the shot? I've been telling him that his telltale habits would take him into trying situations. Now he's taken the shot and hit me in the midst of my brow. And I don't know how to react because it's a sad fact that we told Tell he was blind in one eye and he should shy away from competition. But with no trepidation, Tell took the shot, and I'm not going to make it. Thank you again. Big shout out to the Fertile Brains, to Prasanna Kumar for giving me this awesome opportunity. Completely enjoyed, and thank you for your ongoing support.
Thank you, Rabsatt. Thank you for making. We thoroughly enjoyed your, effervescent and lively performance. And we would like to have you in another session. I think I could we couldn't go on the page, but it's on my profile. So I'll share the link, and I'll share the YouTube link tomorrow. And thank you, such a lively performance. It's such an exhilarating, that so powerful. Thank you, Ramsey.
Thank you.
See you on Sunday.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good day. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.